Hello friends, in the series of BSc IPF, today we will be talking about taxation, whether it is equity or debt, how the taxation is done, we will try to see in today's session. The first thing one has to see is holding period, that how long we are staying invested in specific scheme. For equity, if we are invested there for 12 months or lesser than that, then we are a short-term investor. But if we are invested there for 12 months and more, then we are a long-term investor. But in the case of debt, the minimum period should be 3 years or 36 months. Then you will be considered as a short-term investor. For more than 36 months, you will be considered as a long-term investor. So we should always remember, for equity the short-term period is 1 year, and for debt the short-term period is 3 years. So according to it, we will be see how the taxation is done. Taxation will be done for 4 different categories. First is equity fund, second is balanced fund. When it is equity oriented, the equities contribution should be more than 65%. If the balanced fund or hybrid funds are debt oriented, then the debt's contribution should be more than 65% or 65%. And the fourth category is debt fund. If for some hybrid funds the debt and equities contribution is 50-50, then that hybrid fund or balanced fund will be considered as a debt hybrid fund, and the taxation will be done according to the debt category. Then for equity funds, if you are invested there for 12 months or lesser than that, then the short-term capital gain tax is 15%. This tax is on capital gain. It means on profit. Whatever the profit is there, whatever the gains are there, you have to pay 15% straight if you are withdrawing that money before 1 year. If you are staying there for more than 1 year and you are taking the withdrawal, but if the capital gain is more than 1 lakh rupees, then 10% without indexation you have to pay the tax. Apart from that, there is one more tax on equity, which is the security transaction tax. On the sale of equity units, it is there only for equity units. So on the sale of equity units, you have to pay 0.001% as a security transaction tax. It is not there for debt. So for debt funds, short-term capital gain tax will be according to your income tax slab. So whatever income tax slab you are in, according to it you have to pay short-term capital gain tax. But for long-term capital gain tax, you have to pay 20% with indexation. We have made a separate video on indexation, so if you want to know more about indexation, just visit the YouTube channel and type the indexation, and you will be getting the video. So 20% with indexation you have to pay as a long-term capital gain tax in debt fund. So we have seen about the equity funds as well as the debt funds, short-term, long-term, short-term, long-term. For short-term you have to pay 10% or 20%, 10% or 15% or income as per income tax slab. But for long-term capital gain tax, we can see that if you are there for long duration, for longer period, the benefit is on your side. So be a long-term investor, stay there for at least 8 to 10 years and make a good wealth for you. All these videos are in 3 languages. So if you want to understand the same topic in different language, visit YouTube channel. All these sessions are coming to you from BSc IPF and SEBI. So don't forget to say thanks to BSc IPF and SEBI. In this lockdown period, all the offline transactions are banned. So do your online transactions, contact your agent and do these transactions through BSc Star online platform. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.